Hi, everybody. I am so glad you're here tonight. This is going to be fun. All right, we're just going to wait for a minute for all this to get up and running. There we go. Oh, I got to put my notes on the other side so I can see the comments. All right, so welcome to our evening chat. I know it's Friday evening, but I just wanted to get on and talk a little bit tonight about digestion. And I know that sounds like a huge topic, and it sounds like, oh, that's no big deal, right? I don't have any gas or bloating. But I'm here to tell you that it is so much bigger than that. So much bigger than that. I would like to let you know that anybody who has any other symptom in your body, any other symptom, doesn't matter what it is, it has a gut connection. If you have autoimmune conditions, if you have headaches, if you have premature aging and memory issues, if you have seasonal allergies or food allergies, arthritis and pain, inflammation, weight gain, asthma, chronic fatigue syndrome, colds and flu. If you have chronic colds and flu, this is a gut connection. And if you have emotional and hormone balances, also a gut connection. You cannot avoid it. You cannot get away from it. That's another way of saying if your gut was stable and really healthy and strong, you would not have any of those other issues. Now, I'm not saying the gut caused those issues, but if your gut is healthy and strong, none of those issues would have developed ever. Okay, that's a really big thing. That goes to show how really, truly important your gut health is. If you are just jumping on, go ahead and wave or say hi so that I know who I'm chatting with tonight. And this is a live Q&A, so if you've got questions, please go ahead and post them, and I'll make sure to answer. So with all of those things connected to our digestion, connected to our gut health, how does it get that way, right? What goes wrong in the gut to let all of those other issues come to fruition? There can be a number of things, and I'll just go through a few of them. Some of the things that can disrupt your gut is bad food, right? Some of the worst food is soda. Some parts of the country, they call it pop. That is the number one worst thing you can do for your gut. When I have someone in my office who doesn't typically drink soda, and they did the day before, and then they came into my office for a scan, and we looked at their gut health, they always need a probiotic after. Always. It just destroys your microbiome. Okay? Number one thing to avoid, soda pop. Number two thing to avoid for gut health is GMO foods. All right, so how this works, the GMO foods are not only genetically modified, and that's not bad enough. Our body already doesn't recognize GMOs as food. But within the GMO structure, they put something called Roundup Ready, glyphosate, okay? Those chemicals are designed to blow up the gut of the critters that eat the plant. That's how that technology works as a herbicide or as a pesticide. Okay? It blows up the gut of the critter that eats it. I'm just going to pause for a second, let that sink in. What do you think that does to your gut when you eat it? You are a bigger critter, and it might take more, but it will still do the same thing. GMO foods will destroy your gut microbiome. Okay? Okay, so there's two really big reasons why our gut is not stable. Okay, bad food and bad food. And bad food. Really, that's it. So I want you to start switching your body over to a whole foods diet. Any kind of whole foods diet is just fantastic. If it's a whole fresh food, you are going to do great. The other two food items that really have a detrimental effect on the gut is wheat and corn. Even if they're not genetically modified, wheat and corn have a glue in them. Gluten is a glue. and it glues toxins in the gut so they can't be released as efficiently. Okay? Those things also feed fungus. And they feed the other critters that are in your gut that you do not want to be fed. So wheat and corn are the other two things that I would really highly encourage you to avoid if you would like a stable, healthy gut. Okay? I hope that makes sense for all of you. If it does, go ahead and post a comment below, a wave, a number. Just let me know that it makes sense for you, that food is the number one thing that messes up our gut. That's learned behaviors, that's practiced behaviors, that's fast food, all of that stuff messes with our gut. So now that we know how it starts, what is the next stage? So once your microbiome is all messed up, what usually happens next? Well, the next thing to happen is unhealthy critters come in and begin to thrive. Because you do not have a stable microbiome, unhealthy critters come in and start to thrive. Okay? So you've got no probiotics, you've got no good bacteria. Then we end up with unhealthy critters, and that could be fungus, that could be parasite, that could be another chemical or a heavy metal. Other critters, other toxins come in. Could be virus and bacteria, I've seen it. Come into the gut. They start to populate. So now it starts to snowball. First you have your microbiome is decreased. Then you add outside critters because now your digestion is not really strong, and they start to take over. All right? Now, if we don't do anything about that, then it ends up being leaky gut, because all of those critters tend to put a lot of inflammation and pressure on your gut wall, causing it to leak. Now, everything you put into your digestive tract leaks out into your bloodstream. Now we have systemic inflammation. We have systemic immune issues. Now we have headaches. Now we have allergies. Now we have arthritis and all the host of other things that go along with having your gut wall lining not be stable. There are some statistics out there that say that 70% of your immune system is in your gut. That is 100% true. 100% true. Now, the reason 70% of it's in your gut is because we have something called a mucosal lining, right? Your mucosal lining goes from your sinuses all the way down your throat, goes through the lungs and down the stomach and into the gut. Okay, it covers all of those areas. When that mucosal lining is your first defense against immune issues, whether it's virus or bacteria or fungus, or it doesn't matter what you're up against, that is your first line of defense. And if we destroy that with poor food, you're going to have all kinds of things. That's when you get seasonal allergies. That's when you get chronic colds and flus. That's when you get asthma. Okay, that's all mucosal lining. So all of it ties back to the gut. If you don't do anything else for your body, clean up your gut. Eat healthy food and clean up your gut. It is so, so important. Comment, will corn mess up your gut health even if it's non-GMO corn? Yes. Yes, it will. It is exceedingly hard to find non-GMO corn that truly is non-GMO, because it's all cross-pollinated these days and cross-contaminated. Okay, very good question. I already don't drink soda pop. Good, that's awesome, but you still feel blah. Okay, tell me why. Bridget, tell me why. Why do you still feel blah? All right, what other questions do we have? Does all that make sense so far? That's a lot of information. Basically, everything is about the gut. Everything. And I love talking about the gut. This is a really fun topic for me. So while I wait for maybe a question or two, let's talk about pre and probiotics, right? So how do we rebuild all of that stuff? All right, so you have prebiotics. Those are the actual beneficial bacteria. And then we have probiotics. Probiotics are the food that those prebiotics eat until they can start populating and attaching to your gut wall. Okay, that's why we take pre and probiotics. Prebiotics are the food. Probiotics are the bacteria, the healthy bacteria. So prebiotics are basically a non-starchy fiber. Okay, a lot of the really good probiotics these days, like Transbiotic, the one I carry in my office, contain a prebiotic within it. Okay, so you have one pill, prebiotic, probiotic, all in the same thing. But that's why we need both. There's also new science coming out that we even have postbiotics. This is brand new. Most of you don't even know about this yet or haven't heard about it, called postbiotics. Postbiotics are the byproduct of probiotics, right? So we give it its food source, we give it a place to live. Its byproduct, which is what makes us healthier, is postbiotics. Okay, kind of fun. Postbiotics are essentially short chain fatty acids. Short chain fatty acids help heal and seal the gut lining. Short chain fatty acids help balance blood sugar. There are so many things that short chain fatty acids do, and those are just the byproducts of probiotics. Okay, so now we have 3 stages: pre, pro, and post. All of them are important. You can supplement with all of them, or you can just build that really healthy gut microbiome. All right, I hope that makes sense. Non-dairy, non-gluten, no soy, no corn sugar, nor meat, but I have several autoimmune issues. Haha. All right, so if you were in my office, I would look for pathogens then. There's a pathogen there. There is either a fungus or a parasite or a chemical or a heavy metal. Something like that, either a critter or a toxin that is causing your gut to disrupt all of the time. It makes a huge difference. Let's see, I have my little notes here. I want to make sure to get everything. So what do we do when we have all of this disruption in our gut? We move to a 100% whole foods diet. And we do what's called a gut detox. Let's start cleaning up the stuff that's there. All right, if you're not having 2 or more bowel movements a day, your gut is not healthy and stable. I prefer 3. 2 we would be fine with. 1 is typically constipation. And if you're doing less than 1 a day, there is no way you are eliminating your food, you are eliminating your body's toxins efficiently. If you find that you are constipated, I like Release Zyme. It is a combination of herbs and enzymes that help you have a natural full bowel movement so that you can start encouraging that to happen. Cleaning up the gut makes a huge difference. If we think there is a critter, and this would be a live critter like a virus, bacteria, parasite, fungus, something like that, then I like herbs. Herbs are great to do that. I like a product called Biocidin. It's a liquid, just drops that you put in your mouth under your tongue, and it goes down there and it basically disinfects your gut. It does not hurt the positive bacteria, but it does kill all of the negative junk. All right, there are other herbs that you can use as well. Olive leaf extract. You can use artemisiacum if you're sure it's a parasite. You can use unidigato if you're not really sure what it is, but think it's a bacteria, fungus. There's just so many options for cleaning up our gut. It's not difficult at all. The other thing that I really love for gut health are enzymes. Enzymes, enzymes, enzymes. Our body does not make enough enzymes, and we do not eat the right foods to get or have enough enzymes. So a digestive enzyme will help you break down your food and get more energy and more nutrition out of your food. Really important. If you take your enzymes away from food, so on an empty stomach, those same enzymes, rather than breaking down your food, start breaking down the junk that has accumulated in your gut. That is a really great thing to know. You can clean up your own gut. Enzymes. PureZyme is a great one. It's this really strong protease enzyme. Also reduces inflammation. Cleans up the blood supply. So if you've got cholesterol issues or blood pressure issues, it cleans up the blood supply. So enzymes are so powerful in the body and really critical for gut health. And then the other thing, if you tend to have a lot of autoimmune issues or allergy issues, I really love colostrum. Colostrum is first breast milk. Can come from any animal. All animals that nurse their babies create colostrum. It's first breast milk. That has all of the immune factors to teach your body's immune system how to thrive. Somehow through the way we destroyed that. Let's rebuild it. Colostrum works for acne, works for autoimmune conditions, works for seasonal allergies, works for general gut dysfunction. The colostrum also helps to seal and heal the gut lining, which is really important. All right. So that's a lot of stuff about gut detox. You are either toxifying or you are detoxifying. There is no middle ground. We're going to let that sink in for a minute. We are exposed to so much in our daily lives that you are either actively detoxifying yourself or you are actively accumulating. So think about what can you do in addition to food to actively detoxify your body, to move toxins out. GI detox is a great thing to use. It's a charcoal-based product that absorbs junk in your gut, right? There are so many options. And in order to choose the right options, that's why you come in for an appointment. We can get you on a plan that is efficient, that is effective, that is going to address your issues and clear your symptoms fast. That is my joy. That is what I love to do for people. So if you do have any questions about that, please, please, please ask. Let me know. My cat's running around here. In a comprehensive appointment, we look at everything. When I say whole foods diet, what is an example? Is that Whole30? Yes, Whole30 is a great example of a whole foods diet. Yep, it's perfect. I love Whole30. A lot of people do a little bit of a detox reaction in the first 2 weeks. That is very common because their bodies are so used to being toxic. They're so used to consuming junk that when they switch to that Whole30 diet, they have maybe 2 weeks or so of detoxification symptoms. The other one that I really like is, it's called the Best Body Diet, and you can find it on my website. It teaches you everything about food that I know. Okay. That's not quite true. It's distilled down to a very efficient way. But I teach you all of the sneaky names for gluten, all of the sneaky names for corn. I teach you how to read an ingredient label. I teach you what are whole foods, what are not whole foods. And I give you a list of restaurants that you will never in your life eat at again. And the reason I do that is because some fast food restaurants, even though you're going to these fast food restaurants and you think you're getting a salad, many of them rinse their lettuce in corn syrup water, in a corn syrup solution. And they do that because it keeps the lettuce crisp, it makes it taste sweet, and it keeps it from discoloring. And they don't need to put that on their label because it's not an ingredient, it's a rinse. Okay, they do lots of things like that. So the list of restaurants in there are not anything you're gonna go to ever again. There are lots of really good restaurants out there, really good restaurants. Fast food is not it. It just isn't. Kitty wanted to be part of the video. Of course she did. He did. Okay, so that was a lot of information. You've gotten really sick from that lettuce. Yeah, I know. People do, and they don't know why. They're like, I just ate a salad. I don't understand. Yeah. Fast food places do lots of stuff like that just is not, they're not in it for our health. They're in it for their business. And I get that. They're in it for their business. But I'm in it for my health because I deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve good, healthy food that feeds your body, that lets you thrive. You deserve to be healthy. So just keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself, I deserve better. Okay? When you're going into the restaurants and you're making choices about what to eat, just remember, I deserve better. I deserve good food that nourishes my body and heals my body, not food that tears it down. So that's a kind of a fun mindset to play with. All right. Do we have any other questions? Any questions about digestive health or gut health or what it does, how to fix it? Go ahead. Now is your chance to ask. And the other question that I have for you is, put a number 1 in the comments down below if you would like more of these informational, quick live videos where you can ask your questions. Okay? And if you put a 1 down below and said, yes, you would like more of these quick informational teaching videos, I want you to also comment with what topics would you like to hear about? Okay? What is relevant to you? What makes you better? What do I recommend to clean fresh produce when you get it from the store? Okay, good question. Good question. All right, so cleaning your produce from the store. There are lots of ways that you can do it. There are fruit and veggie washes that you can get at the store. You can do something so simple though. Take your sink, fill it up with some cool water, put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there, and just soak them for 5 minutes, right? Super easy. Dump everything into the sink, fill it up, let it soak, and then just take it out and wash and dry it, or just dry it. You'll notice that lots of your vegetables, if they're not organic, have a wax on them also. Apples, cucumbers, zucchini, pears, a lot of those fruits have a wax on them. So do make sure that you get that wax off. We don't want you eating that either. All right, we want to learn about weight loss and weight release. Good job. I love that. And hormone balance. Perfect. Another comment. We want to learn about liver, brain fog, muscle building. Oh, good question. Muscle building. That one's fun. Muscle building is a lot about collagen and probably there are certain nutrients that go into it. I'm thinking of a hormone. It's hormone. There's a hormone involved. So yeah, that's a great topic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Fantastic. Well, all right, guys, I'll let you go for the evening. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining me. And as always, if you have questions about anything, go ahead and ask. Post it in the group. We love comments at Naturally Vibrant You Facebook group, or you can always private message me. So have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.